WYSHradio.com. It's time for Tuesday Night Sports Talk with Jasper Young and Walt Stair, featuring top athletes and coaches past and present from Tennessee. So now, sit back and relax, and let's talk sports.
What I seen, they had some bright spots this past Friday, and they showed a lot of character. I mean, they didn't give up the fight. They did lose composure right there at the end of the game, and
you don't have anybody on the air. I think I just caught it. We're good. Keep your headsets on so you can hear.
Okay, are we on?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody, welcome into the Tuesday Night Sports Talk. We had some technical difficulties. I think Cookie is behind the boards here. He is in training, and he didn't have us on. But, again, we are waiting on our co-pilot, Walt Stair. And, like I was saying, Walt may be stuck in some of that traffic downtown on Market Street, all the detours. But again, in studio, we have Jim Lungus from the class of '87. Jim, welcome into the Tonight Show.
Thank you, Jasper. It's good to be here.
Yep. And again, like I was saying, Clinton had some bright spots. They just couldn't finish where they wanted to finish, I'm sure. But, they got a game that's upcoming this week, which is the Campbell County Cougars at the Dragon Den, and the show will be set. It's a in-district game, so we look forward for everybody to coming out, being loud, get behind this team. It's tough for these kids to have these 0-4 records, 0-5 going into the next game, but just like Jake Dawson tells them, keep your head up. Their time is coming. They will be rewarded. And hopefully they'll come out on the winning end Friday night. But, geez, now Walt's here begging for his job back here after we let him go. Yeah. So,
oh, really?
Oh, yeah, we fired you. You wasn't here right at 6 o'clock.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Everybody called and said, where's Walt? So, again, what I was saying about the Clinton Dragons is that they had some bright spots. They hung up. They answered back when they needed to, but it just kind of got out of hand at the end.
Well, they had a lot of spunk to begin with, but they kept letting Knoxville Central get the big plays, and that 194-yard pass was just what sort of broke the Camel's back, if you will.
Yep. Which I thought they had a pretty well balanced attack. I mean, with some of the passing. I mean, we've completed a lot of passing, got some touchdowns out of it. So.
Well, with, of course, Maddox and Young and Hayden and different ones were catching the ball. Phillips at one point, and Alex, was that Jones? Or anyway, a bunch of the different players were catching the ball, and really both quarterbacks were doing well, and particularly Benjamin.
Yeah, and hey, what about a Bryce Maddox pulling a Johnny Burham?
Yeah, he certainly did. That goes back to 1977. That sort of shows my age, but
well, I heard you say that. Let's just go ahead and tell the listeners about that story so that they are familiar with it.
Johnny Burham ended up having to go to Oak Ridge Hospital in 1977. He was the quarterback for the Clinton Dragons, and he actually came back and played in the second half.
Yep. Kind of like a Condridge Holloway story. I don't know if you remember the Condridge Holloway.
Oh, real well.
Yeah, and he came back, and the fans just erupted when he came back out on the field. So, great effort on Johnny Condridge and Bryson's parts. Three
Did you want me
amigos.
to talk about the games from last week, or have you gotten further into
I've
anything
not
yet?
gotten into anything other than just covering ground till you got here. But yeah, you take it away, Walt.
Sounds good. Scores from last week, unfortunately, Clinton losing to Central 51-21. Knoxville Halls 38, William Blount 24. Knoxville West 48, Campbell County 7. Campbell County is our opponent on Friday. Powell 49, Carnes 3. Oak Ridge 35, Cleveland 7, Cofield 63, Midway 7, Oliver Springs 35, Greenback 14, Oakdale 36, Sunbright 12, Rockwood 49, Harriman 12. That's a bit of an upset. That was supposed to be a very close game. A lot of folks thought Harriman would win. Rockwood seems like they're doing quite well. South Doyle 27, Gibbs 24 in overtime, Sweetwater 21, Kingston 19. A little bit of an upset. Those two have a lot of good ball games. Hardin Valley 21, Bearden 7. That is an upset. Bearden having lots of problems. Knoxville Grace 70, Knoxville Webb 40. That was from Thursday. That might as well have been a basketball game. I guess we started basketball early. Maryville 42, Farragut 17, Oakdale 36, Sunbright 12, and Alcoa walloped Union County. Don't remember the exact final score, but something like 64-7. And of course, the Dragons hosting Campbell County this Friday night. Campbell County 0-5, Clinton 0-4, and a whole list of other games that I guess I'll go ahead and run those down. Midway at Harriman, Wartburg at Oakdale, Rockwood at Oliver Springs, Carnes at William Blount, Kingston at Austin East, Oak Ridge at Bradley Central. That might be the first time Oak Ridge may lose a game. They're 5-0 coming in. They'll be at Bradley Central. That'll be a tough one for them. Lenore City at Gibbs. That'll be on Thursday. Maryville at Hardin Valley. Alcoa at Fulton. Knoxville Central, Powell. That will be a dandy probably for first place within the region. Knoxville West at Halls. That'll be another dandy. Rockwood at Oliver Springs. Knox Carter at Heritage. Greenville at Sevier County. Carnes at William Blount, Unaka at Sunbright, Union County at South Doyle, and Cofield at Oneida. That runs down the whole list for this week, but not only ours, but when you look at the Knoxville Central Powell, that's for first place within the region. Knoxville West and Halls, some of the other teams that are jockeying for position within our region.
Yeah, well, you were mentioning basketball season. I thought it was going to be basketball season before we got that Clinton and Central game over with. I tell you, I said, well, that's going to be my trivia question. Which high school has had more lightning delays than any school?
I want to know that myself.
Well, I think Clinton's right on up there. I mean, it's happened 2 times this year.
And you know what happened last night? And I went down to my mailbox to put in a bunch of mail last night pretty late, and all of a sudden there was lightning strikes continuously, and before I got home there was 12 lightning strikes.
Well, don't you go sit over there, Walt.
I mean, can you imagine?
Maybe somebody's chasing you. I don't know.
12 lightning strikes. If it's 30 minutes each time, that would be 6-hour delay.
Yeah, that would go. There goes my outdoor ping pong game. You know.
I tell you, I don't understand these lightning delays. I don't know where they're. I mean, I know there's a lot of electricity in the air, but this is quite amazing.
I'll tell you what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and get some sponsorship advertising in there. We do thank our sponsor for making this show possible, but we'll be back in about 2 minutes, and hopefully that we'll have Jake Dawson walk into the building at that time.
Derail your hunger in a hurry with Pizza Express. Here's Kathy with Pizza Express.
We prepare our dough every day from scratch. We make our sauce every day. We cut fresh vegetables.
Kathy, what kind of pizzas do you have?
Supreme, a meat lovers, the taco, the pepper cheddar, the sizzler, the loaded baked potato, our garden feta.
Those sound great. How about sandwiches?
We have an Italian, steak and cheese, hot ham and cheese, a barbecue sub, a chicken bacon ranch.
Sides?
We have french fries, onion rings, potato skins, potato wedges, fried mushrooms, mushrooms, fried pickles, and jalapeno poppers.
How about dessert?
We have chocolate cake, carrot cake, tiramisu, cheesecake, baklava.
How about prices?
We have a large 2-topping for $12.99. We also have 2 large 2-topping pizzas and breadsticks for $27.99. Or you can get 2 specialty pizzas for $38.99.
And right now, for all WYSH or Merle listeners, get 1 large up to 10-topping pizza with breadsticks for only $25 to celebrate Pizza Express's 25th year in business. Call 865-463-0011. That's 865-463-0011. Pizza Express.
Let us derail your hunger in a hurry.
Online at pizzaexpressclinton.com. Traditions, they mean a lot. We have tradition with the Clinton Dragons, and we have the tradition of Hoskins Drug Store and Soda Fountain, serving Clinton in our area since 1930. So if you need your prescription filled, or if you're just looking for breakfast, lunch, ice cream, or something from the Soda Fountain, bring your family to Hoskins and start your own tradition. 111 North Main Street in Clinton. Or you can find them online at Hoskins Drug Store and SodaFountain.com. Call 865-457-4340. Hoskins Drug Store and Soda Fountain in historic downtown Clinton. Clinton Home Center is now a destination for Milwaukee power tools. Clinton Home Center is now a Milwaukee dealer and one of the largest in more than a 50-mile radius. Some of the tools include nail guns, sawzalls, battery-operated power tools, and more. Things like blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and much, much more. Stop by Clinton Home Center and check out their brand new selection of Milwaukee tools, serving our community since 1953. Stop in at Clinton Home Center, 130 J.D. Yarnell Industrial Parkway. Call 457-1593. 457-1593.
Everybody, welcome back into the Pizza Express Tuesday Night Sports Talk with me, Walt Stair, and our in-studio guest, Jim Longest. We are waiting for the arrival of Coach Dawson. Hey, Coach Dawson, if you're tuned into WYSH, if you got a hat in the back of your seat, please bring that up to Jimmy Longest. I mean, he swears by it that it brings good luck. And, of course, we want all the luck that we can get. And, again, Walt, Campbell County.
Yes, I think we should end up in the win column on Friday, but that would be some extra good luck. The fact that he brings good luck. He was telling us about Iowa State and how he got a hat there and a shirt, and they beat Oklahoma for the first time in a number of years, and that alone is good luck. That's for sure.
It's the Buckeyes. Is it the Iowa State
Cyclones.
Okay, Cyclones.
Actually, their arch rival, Ohio State, are the Buckeyes.
Oh, well, I don't like the Buckeyes. So, hey, don't like Ohio State. Confess, hopefully I don't offend any listeners, but I just don't like Ohio State.
Well, actually, I don't like them much. I like them better than I like Michigan, but, you know, I don't like Ohio State much at all, but I don't like Michigan. And even one of my not my niece, but my cousin is a big-time Michigan fan because she lived there at one time, but I still don't like them.
Yeah, I think that Michigan game was a barn burner. Who was it that was playing this past week? It was a real close score.
Nebraska. Yeah. Is
Nebraska back?
Not yet. They're on the cusp of being back, but they have lost 26 straight games to ranked teams. And back in the old days, they would have just about won all of those.
Well, the college world got some shocking news yesterday. I guess that Bruce Pearl has stepped down as the Auburn coach, and his son is going to be taking over the reins.
You know, that's amazing. I had seen him editorialize a lot of what's going on in Israel and Pakistan and all of the Gaza war and all that stuff. And I wondered if he was going to get his feet wet where that's concerned. And out of nowhere, that apparently is going to happen. He could very well be the next senator from Alabama, United States Senator, and Tupperville, who was a former Auburn football and Ole Miss football coach, who's now a senator, is going to retire from being a senator and run for governor. And so musical chairs, looks like Bruce Pearl will be running for senator. And I know he, in particular, doesn't like one former president named Obama, but That's.
Well, they just need one more football coach. They need Nick Saban, and then they can save college football NIL.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I'm wondering, talking about football, look at Dabo Sweeney, and who is the other one that's in trouble? Of course, Florida coach is in trouble. And
Napier.
Oh, yeah, Napier. And the guy that just got fired today from Oklahoma State.
Really?
Yeah, Grundy or Gundy. I guess it's Gundy. He got fired today, and he at one time, when we were having musical chairs with our football coaches, he was one of the ones that they offered the job to at Tennessee. I guess after Kiffin or before.
Well, I think we've got the right coach.
I do too.
The road panned out for us, and of course, I had this long conversation with Jimmy this past week, about the Tennessee-Georgia game. I really, not saying this to run hypo off by no means, but I put that Georgia game on hypo. When you're in those positions, you've got to win those games. I mean, those are easy wins to kick that. And for the mental mistake that happens, you can't make those. They're costly. Mental mistakes can cost you a game. It's evident that mental mistakes cost us the game on it.
Oh, that's definitely true. And unfortunately, those things happen. And he lost the chess match there with Kirby Smart. And I was at that game, one of the few games I've gotten to go see in years, and I couldn't believe it. I was sitting there wondering if I was going to be on the field, even though at my advanced age, I don't know if I had gotten completely on the field, but I was going to try to get on the field to even touch the goalpost, because I thought we were within 7 seconds of winning that football game.
Yeah. Well, Walt, who's the best coach in college football right now? In your mind?
Well, probably Kirby Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who I would lean towards.
Yeah, and
some people don't like him, but I like his demeanor. He stays calm. He doesn't get overly excited. He sticks with his game plans, and he puts a lot of confidence in it. And more times than any, he always prevails with it.
And I think that when you consider, and not putting them down either way, but when you consider the tremendous material and the oomph that they have out in Texas, I think that Texas coach is not as good as he should be with all the horses he has.
Yeah. Sarkisian has definitely got some loaded talent. But the good sign about, and like I said, I don't want to knock the coaching too bad to run them off. I want them to stay here. We all learn from our mistakes, but it was 4-star team playing a 5-star team, and we hung with them. We had them beat. Kirby Smart even said that we deserved to win that game, so I'm going to take that. But, I officially won a W. So.
Oh, yeah, I wanted one real bad. That hurt as far as a loss. One of the most hurt losses felt in
my wife called my counselor. She said, so she knew it was coming. And of course, as I seen that, they started driving with the ball and had the ball back, and say, I've seen this story before.
Oh yeah.
And it didn't work in our favor. They do it against Florida. Georgia does against us. So. But it's in the past. We're going to look forward. We're going to move ahead. I think there's a lot of football ahead for the Vols. There's a lot of football ahead for the Dragons. And the one thing that you don't do is quit. In the middle of the season, you keep pressing on. Yeah, I remember when I played Optimus football out there in Claxton. Funnest days of my life. We were an 0-10 team, but man, the memories that you make out there on the field, you can put those losses behind you and say, man, I enjoyed being out on the field and contributing what I've contributed. And it goes on to a high school level. There's so many great and rich traditional stories that Clinton has, and just from our sports talk this year with Jerry Shattuck and Coach Gaylor and
Alvin
Taylor, man, the stories are just phenomenal. Even John Sleepy Williams. Jerry Shattuck called me up the other day and said, "Who was that guy that was in the studio?" I said, "Well, Jerry, that was John Williams." That's Sleepy. He said, "Man, he's got some good information." When we do have some of the best historian people in our town that have.
Well, Jerry Shattuck, one of his assistants in Optimus football, they were my coaches in Optimus back in 1972. Bob Williams, John Sleepy Williams' dad, was an assistant with Jerry Shattuck and Jack Pemberton back in those days.
And of course, Coach Jake Dawson reached out to me this week asking me, he says, who is the leading receiver in all-time Clinton, if I knew that number. I said, well, I would think, and I said, this is not official. I said, but, I would think Larry Severs would be up there. But however, I reached back out to Dan McWilliams. I guess Jake reached out to Dan McWilliams from the Courier News, and Dan's got some great stats as well. But I think that he said Jaquan Thomas was one of the leading receivers for the most yardage.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which was very surprising, but I don't think that Bryson Maddox is too far behind him.
I wonder, what year was that approximately?
Well, I want to say 2013, 2014. Jaquan Thomas was about my daughter's age.
Oh, okay.
2013. So, of course, when I was the announcer up there at the Claxton Optimus football field, I did the play-by-play up in the press box, and I'd always say, back deep, Jaquan Thomas, and he could break some runs. The guy was little. He was very small. He was about the size of a Cody Parker. So I don't know if you remember Cody Parker. He was tough as nails, but he was just little. But anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and take another 60-second break. We'll come back, and again, we'll just kind of wait on Jake Dawson. Maybe he's being held over for practice. This is a very important one for him.
Oh, yes. Yep. Certainly is.
But we'll go ahead and take a 60-second break. We'll come right back.
When you have a wreck, a good day can become a bad day in a hurry. But when it's time to get that car towed away, there is a number you need to know. 865-457-6927. Lowe's Tows. Did you know they work with all insurance agencies and body shops? And they can assist you throughout the whole process. Call 865-457-6927. If you need a tow, you need Lowe's Tows. 865-457-6927. They're locally owned and operated. They will tow anything, anywhere, from a Volkswagen to a semi-truck, from across the street to across the state. The stress of having a wreck is bad enough, so call Lowe's Tows, and that's one less thing you have to worry about. 614 Clinch Avenue in Clinton. Call 865-457-6927 or find them on Facebook at Lowe's Tows.
Welcome back into the Tuesday Night Pizza Express Sports Talk. And, of course, just entering the studios, Coach Jake Dawson. He is bringing one of our Dragons with him. And sitting next to me is Xander Huffman. Xander, welcome in tonight's Sports Talk show.
Thank you.
Hey, let me go ahead and ask this for people that don't know who you are. I think you wear the 51, is that?
Yes, sir.
And you play offensive line, defensive line?
Both.
Oh, okay, you're playing where that puts you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I get it. So, of course, I was talking to Cookie here, and he said that you've had your sights set on a few colleges here, Kentucky Christian, Swanee, Maryville. So,
yes, sir.
It looks like are you gonna continue with your football career after high school?
Yes, sir, just somewhere.
Now, are you a junior, senior?
Senior.
Senior. Okay. Well, let me ask you, how do you prepare this week for this week's showdown with Campbell County?
It's a win or go home. Realistically, lose, we're out of the playoffs. Win, we're still in this. So everybody's just got to buy in and got to win.
So it's one game at a time. Everything's on the line with this game.
Yes, sir.
And no undue pressure. Go out there, play it like it's just another game. But, I think that you guys had made a lot of great strides against Central. I mean, you answered back to some of their scoring. You all made some big plays, and I think that you're just going to learn from them. But let me ask you, who is one of your favorite athletes?
One of my favorite athletes. I mean, as of modern day, I'd say Aiden Hutchinson or Trent Williams.
Okay. So what goes into your preparation for for the week of football each week? What are the motions you go through, such as film, nutrition? What is it that?
Well, nutrition-wise, I just try to eat as much as possible. But film-wise, I just got to look who I'm going up against, study their footwork, hands, what they like to do, what can beat them, and that's pretty much it.
So let's compare this year to last year. What do you feel that you've gotten more out of this year? What have you learned from last year?
I feel like we're more of a unit this year. We're more, say, like bonded in as much as last year. We had like a little friend group here, a little friend group there, but this year we're kind of like just one big friend group.
And I know that you work with Jake, but who are some of your inspiring teammates on the team this year?
One of them have to be quarterback, Mason Eckerson, and number 50, Jackson Wilson, my left guard.
Okay. Is there anything that you'd like for some of our listeners to know about you? What you want to accomplish after school? What's your best memory at Clinton High School so far? What do you want to be known for when you do graduate?
Just being a offensive lineman, showing people that they can go out and do what they can do and go play college football.
Okay. Well, is there any other schools that I have failed to mention on this list that's got you on their radar?
I know I've been talking to some other schools, so like Center College in Danville, Kentucky, and Campbellsville, and a little bit of Emory and Henry.
So what would be the perfect school for you?
Somewhere not too far. Realistically, I just want just a school where it won't cost an arm and a leg to go to.
So financials is definitely a concern, and I get that. So if that was the case, I would have probably went to Pellissippi. That's where I stayed. So, but anyway, Xander, I appreciate you coming on tonight's show. Like I said, just wanted to get our listeners familiar with you, not just on the football field, but off the football field. But do you know what you want to study when you get into what kind of degree you want to go after?
I say either engineering or some type of biology.
So science is your subject of choice.
So.
Yeah. Well, we got joining us on Facebook is Skip McMillan. Do you have Skip McMillan for any of your classes?
I have him for personal finance.
Personal finance. So, I've heard nothing but positive things about Mr. McMillan. I think he's probably one of the favorite teachers. And, of course, Cookie over here, we have a conversation. He said, man, I just love that Mr. McMillan. So, but, great teachers, great coaches. All I can tell you, guys, keep your head up, keep fighting, keep pressing on. The reward's going to come at the end, And like I said, as I said earlier, there's a lot of football to play.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
All right. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second break, and I'm going to turn it over to Walt, let him do some interviewing with Coach Dawson.
Grab the rain gear as heavy rain is on the way. We start Wednesday morning off with temperatures in the 60s. We'll climb back to the low to mid 80s Wednesday afternoon, but Wednesday night into Thursday, expect heavy rain. Your forecast is brought to you by Anakista, Gatlinburg's award-winning outdoor adventure. Ride the scenic Chondola, stroll through the treetop skywalk, and soak in breathtaking Smoky Mountain views. Anakista, there's magic in the mountains. I'm meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center for AM 1380, FM 101.1, and FM 99.5 WYSH.
Clinton Home Center is now a destination for Milwaukee power tools. Clinton Home Center is now a Milwaukee dealer and one of the largest in more than a 50-mile radius. Some of the tools include nail guns, sawzalls, battery-operated power tools, and more. Things like blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and much, much more. Stop by Clinton Home Center and check out their brand new selection of Milwaukee tools, serving our community since 1953. Stop in at Clinton Home Center, 130 J.D. Yarnell Industrial Parkway. Call 457-1593. 457-1593.
And good afternoon. We're back with the Pizza Express Tuesday night sports talk. And with us in the studio is the head football coach of the Clinton Dragons, Coach Jake Dawson. Coach, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Coach, tell us about the last 2 weeks. Of course, the loss to Carnes was a very tough one indeed. And you did real well on offense and defense, and just in the end sort of got away from you. And then, of course, Central on Friday night, your offense still played pretty good. But how is morale after, of course, losing to Carnes and really a tough loss? And then last Friday night, particularly on defense, they had a lot of big plays. And are you getting your team back in the right frame of mind?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think you can never really get so caught up in one game, whether it's one way or another. Even if it's a game that we had won, we can't let a single performance, define you as a person. And, whenever you kind of get out of your own frame of mind, that's what it does. So we just preach to them like, man, if we're not going to be able to win, we're going to try to learn something from it. And every week I feel like we've gotten better in one of the three phases. And I'm just waiting for that kind of levee to break and us to be able to really put on a show.
And how is the overall morale with your team? And you've sort of echoed what you're talking to them about. Are you doing any sort of exercises different or anything in general different?
No, I mean, I think we're just going to keep pounding. And, morale's great. The kids, man, they understand it. And they understand everything we're saying to them. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. Obviously, competitively, everyone wants results right away. And, that's something that'll never change. And, you want people to be frustrated with losses. I mean, you don't want anyone to be happy with it. But at the end of the day, if you can look yourself in the mirror and it's like, man, I laid it down, and I'm doing everything I can do, to take the next step forward for my guys next to me as a teammate. That's all you can do. I think morale's great, for us. We're not going to change. We have an identity. We're just trying to establish it and kind of further that. But, I think our guys are doing a great job.
I looked at some of the stats that Dan McWilliams gave to all of us, I'm sure. But I noticed on offense, as far as passing, is absolutely beyond phenomenal. And your overall offense is almost as good as the teams that you've played so far.
Yeah, we're doing a good job offensively. We try to not rely on explosive plays. We try to get our athletes the ball in space with blockers in front of them. Our receivers are doing a fantastic job. Both quarterbacks are doing a great job. Our running backs are doing a great job. Our running backs, it's kind of tough for them to show up on the stat sheet, but they do a lot for us, and they do a really great job.
And speaking of the quarterbacks, I know that the second string one he's not playing as much, but he's a very capable quarterback. He, of course, played one game all the way and had a tremendous game early in the year when Benjamin was out. But any possibility he's going to play a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, I think both quarterbacks will see a lot of time Friday. I think they'll both see a lot of time moving forward. Obviously we have three guys that we feel comfortable with at quarterback, with those two, and then with Cam. For us, it's about matchups, and it's about what we're going to do on offense. We feel like we have two very unique talents, and both those kids can do a lot of great things, and we just want to make sure that both their skill sets are highlighted.
And also talking about your wide receivers, a lot of those folks are getting a lot of key catches, and I think it's actually quite impressive.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Bryson's got, 620 yards. Will's got, I think, 274. Austin's 235. We got 3 or 4 others that are sitting right about 100. They're doing a great job. We're getting catches. Biggest thing is we want to try to sustain drives, which we didn't do early on. We, relied too much on the explosive play. But I think now you're starting to see more of those 8 or 9, 10-play drives. And, that's what you need to win a football game.
Tell us about, I know Maddox had a scare. How is he doing? And I know I was very glad to see him back in the football game.
Oh, he's doing great. It's one of those things where, certain types of injuries, you got to make sure, you can never be too careful. So, but he's very healthy. He's a fantastic kid. And it was a lot of prayers answered whenever we saw him stand up and walk off the field on his own accord.
And anybody else entered that game? I know that Arms seems like he's limping at times.
No, we're all right. Obviously, kind of the normality of the season, having, kind of dings and nicks through there. But we're pretty healthy. I'm pretty excited about it.
Tell us what you know about Campbell County.
Yeah, they do a great job. Coach Owenby's up in year one over there. You can see elements of, the wing tee from last season. Defensively, they're 3-4. They're going to play quarters. They're going to play cover zero. They're going to try to change the picture for you post-snap. But that's a football team, and they're building. And, I think every week you see an element of their game get better. I'm excited about it.
Any particular players to watch where they're concerned?
They're pretty good on the perimeter. Number 2 and number 19 are two really good players. The quarterback spot, they're pretty athletic. Up front, they're pretty young, but up front, they're pretty athletic as well.
Coach, we hope there's a big win in store for Friday night against the Campbell County Cougars. Best of luck to take on the Cougars at the Clinton football field. And I guess, is it not senior night?
It is. So this is senior night, and then Pal will be homecoming. So we have 14 seniors. We're excited about it. I'm excited for those kids to be able to play some ball on senior night. I will say, I was on the way in, I was listening to the show. You're talking about Bryson Maddox. He's 203 yards away from setting the career receiving yards record for Jaquan Thomas set it, which he's a class of 2017. So that's something that may be broken on Friday night, but that's pretty cool.
That would be truly wonderful, barring any injury where he's concerned, and you keep that ball up in the air. That could happen.
Yeah, 100%. He's a fantastic kid. That stuff couldn't happen to a more deserving kid.
Coach, thanks very much. We look forward to talking to you on Friday, and let's get a big W.
Let's do it. Thank you so much.
That's Coach Nick Dawkinson of the Clinton High School Dragons, and we'll take another break, and I guess we'll be talking to the crazy man, Sterl the Pearl, here in just a moment.
September 27th. The most memorable Tennessee versus Mississippi State football game is arguably the 1998 SEC championship game where Tennessee defeated Mississippi State 24-14 to secure their spot in the BCS national championship game. This victory propelled the Volunteers to a national title. Oh, I take it back. This victory propelled the Volunteers to the national title game where they defeated Florida State, making a significant moment in Tennessee football history. Here's why that game stands out. National championship implications. Whoa! The 1998 SEC championship. The 1998 SEC championship game wasn't just a conference title. It was a gateway to the national championship, a prize that the Volunteers had won since 1951, according to the University of Tennessee Athletics. Dominant performance. Tennessee's 24-14 victory over Mississippi State was a decisive one, showcasing their strong defense and the offensive prowess of players like Peerless Price, who was named MVP of that game. Memorable moments. The game included standout performances, crucial plays, and a palpable sense of excitement and anticipation as Tennessee fans watched their team achieve a major milestone. While other games in this series have been memorable for various reasons, such as close contests or individual player achievements, the 1998 SEC Championship game holds a special place in the hearts of Tennessee fans due to its significance in the content and the national championship pursuit. Well, it also was the second game that Sterl the Pearl got in 1987. It was my first touchdown run in college was against Mississippi State in 1987 down in Starkville. Whoa, it was amazing. One thing I remember about being down in Starkville, when we landed on the plane, the grass at the airport was taller than the plane. Oh, what's going on? I know what's happening in Starkville, man. I know what's going on. Are you kidding me? We won, though. We were happy when we left. I remember that like it was yesterday. Getting old. I ain't old, I'm ancient. All right.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The quality contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Contact your local power company or visit energyright.com to learn more.
Welcome back into the Pizza Express Tuesday Night Sports Talk. Just leaving the I said stadium. Leaving the station. It all begins with an S. It's a bunch of...
Yeah, did we get a stadium up here I didn't know about?
Well, I think we're trying to get Ron to put one right out here, at least a soccer field. I've used this portion up here as a golf course until the neighbor said, hey, you hit my roof.
Exactly.
No more driving golf balls from there.
You got it.
Unless they're plastic. So, but anyway, again, I encourage everybody come out this Friday night at the Dragon Den. Cheer on these Dragons. They need your community support. Hey, welcome in Kip Clayton, welcome in Rhonda Roach, welcome in to all our Facebook followers. And of course, if you're tuned in to BBB TV 12, I don't think that we're on tonight according to Cookie, but you can go to WYSHradio.com or to our WYSH Facebook, see us live until 7 o'clock. And studio guest tonight is former Clinton Dragon, a very good friend of mine, Jim Longest, and we'll be talking with him. We're going to get into some of the old Clinton Dragon memories and some coaches' stories and such as. We'll try to, we may carry over just a little bit past the 7 o'clock hour. You know, Walt shows up late and he has to leave early, and so, you know, but we appreciate your efforts, Walt.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, what we'll do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and kick Walt on out of the building, giving him his exit.
Oh, gosh,
Unless
already?
you got anything else you want to add, this is your last and final moment.
Well, I tell you what, you just drive a hard bargain. Okay, let's talk about the Clinton game and other games for this coming weekend. Clinton will be hosting Campbell County. Clinton 0-4, Campbell County 0-5. Other games: Midway at Harriman, Wartburg at Oakdale, Rockwood at Oliver Springs, Carnes at William Blunt, Kingston at Austin East, Oak Ridge at Bradley Central. Oak Ridge could have a difficult time with Bradley Central. They're highly ranked. Lenore City at Gibbs on Thursday. Maryville at Hardin Valley, Alcoa at Fulton, Knoxville Central at Powell. That will be a dandy within our region. Knoxville West at Halls, Rockwood at Oliver Springs, Knoxville Carter at Heritage, Greenville at Sevier County, Carnes at William Blunt, Unaka at Sunbright, Union County at South Doyle, and Coalfield at Oneida. I guess that about does it for me, and we'll give it to this fine gentleman to our right.
Well, let me just point something out and ask a question.
Okay.
You've already reiterated twice that Oak Ridge playing Bradley Central, and that's going to be a tough game. Are you wanting Oak Ridge to lose?
Well. Well, I will just say I am not one of their biggest fans.
Yeah,
I will have to say that.
They will have. You know, I've got to face our old friend. He's a Oak Ridge Wildcat. That's Mike Kelly.
Oh, yeah, he's a nice fella.
He's a good guy, but when it comes to football time, hey, we just don't get along, I guess.
Well, there's a few Oak Ridge fans that I'm very good friends with. One is their voice of the Wildcats, David Clary, and I'm glad he's got that job because that's one job I would not want.
Yeah, man. So, no,
yeah, he's a good one.
Mike is one of my dearest friends, but, you know, I was rolling down the Oak Ridge Turnpike getting ready to go call on advertising, and I hear this beep of the horn. Somebody rolls the window, roll, Wildcats, roll. I was like, what a redneck, man. But, yeah, Mike's a good one. He's a good one. I wish him well, and you know what a season makes. I mean, Oak Ridge is tough. I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due, and they're capable of getting to the state.
Oh, that's very true. You know, off it a bit, but they last week played Cleveland. Cleveland is now 0-5, and they were a big-time perennial power, won the state 3 years in a row in the 1990s, and they are completely falling apart. They're 0-5.
Yeah, it happens to, schools go through the cycles,
That's very true.
You're on top one year, the next year you can be down. I mean, unfortunately, in today's competitive world, kids choose to go where they want to and move where they want to, and sometimes that can be very challenging for some of the smaller schools.
I'm amazed at the NIL, what it's doing in the college ranks, and so many ball teams. Gundy at Oklahoma State, I just can't believe that he was actually fired today. And, of course, that Napier there after his scalp again at Florida, I don't know how he got out of, from last year. And the guy in the ACC that won 2 national championships.
Dabo Swinney, is he safe? Is he?
I don't know. At 1-3, and I mean, they've had more lightning strikes than they've had wins. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, I know some people don't like saying it's the wrong color orange, but I think that Dabo Swinney is a class act guy. If you've met him personally, I remember him coming to Oak Ridge and recruiting T. Higgins. He's just a down-to-earth person. I mean, shake hands, very cordial, but college demands is a cruel world. You win or you're out, It's just that simple.
It's amazing. 30 years ago, college coaches were making less than $300,000 a year, and now they're making, I know Kirby Smart makes probably about $13 million or more a year, and a lot of them, including our coach at UT, makes over $9 million a year. I guess you got to be under a whole lot of scrutiny when you're making that kind of money. But
absolutely. Well, you got to pay. You got to pay for results. So.
You got it.
So, but anyway, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a 1-minute break. We'll come back. We'll let Walt exit the building now.
We appreciate it. Yes, I will be leaving the building. We're actually doing a house showing, and we've got to get home and get everything situated before the folks come in to
well, you can
check
just tell those people that they can wait, that you got a sports talk show, and that they can tune in, turn the radio on.
So, well, you got that right.
Hey,
that's just something else.
Well, let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break. Hey, well, we'll see you out at Dragon Stadium, and I'll try to remember to bring that shirt, or you're going to have to knock on my door.
Yes, I am. I tell you what, I'll have to come and get a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yes, sir.
Y'all have a good one.
Yeah. All right.
Derail your hunger in a hurry with Pizza Express. Here's Kathy with Pizza Express.
We prepare our dough every day from scratch. We make our sauce every day. We cut fresh vegetables.
Kathy, what kind of pizzas do you have?
Supreme, the meat lovers, the taco, the pepper cheddar, the sizzler, the loaded baked potato, our garden feta.
Those sound great. How about sandwiches?
We have an Italian, steak and cheese, hot ham and cheese, a barbecue sub, a chicken bacon ranch.
Sides?
We have french fries, onion rings, potato skins, potato wedges, fried mushrooms, fried pickles, and jalapeno poppers.
How about dessert?
We have chocolate cake, carrot cake, tiramisu, cheesecake, baklava.
How about prices?
We have a large 2-topping for $12.99. We also have 2 large 2-topping pizzas and breadsticks for $27.99. Or you can get 2 specialty pizzas for $38.99.
And right now, for all WYSH or Merle listeners, get 1 large up to 10-topping pizza with breadsticks for only $25 to celebrate Pizza Express's 25th year in business. Call 865-463-0011. That's 865-463-0011. Pizza Express.
Let us derail your hunger in a hurry.
Online at pizzaexpressclinton.com.
Rogers Group. Who are they?
Rogers Group is a family-owned business started in 1908 that operates in 7 states. Locally, they're in Oak Ridge and Campbell County.
Rogers Group. What do they do?
They offer high-quality products and services at competitive prices. They offer commercial and residential services, crushed stone, sand, gravel, asphalt paving, and road and bridge construction.
Rogers Group. Where are they?
250 Union Valley Road in Oak Ridge and at 429 Queener Road in Jacksboro.
Rogers Group. A local, family-owned, community-minded business.
Welcome back into the Tuesday night sports talk. Here with me in studio is a class of '87, Jim Longless. Hey, welcome to Clinton, Jimmy.
Thank you.
Hey, what's it like to be back here in Clinton?
It's great.
Out of the big city. I mean, I feel sorry for you. I hear you're over there working in the same building as our Clinton Dragon, Cecil Scarborough.
It's pretty rough. But from time to time, he'll bring me some barbecue chicken, sometimes some chicken biscuits in the morning and stuff. I don't know. It's not too bad.
Well, Cecil's always kind. He's especially the East Tennessee game and the Alabama game here just this past week, offered me free tickets. I said, well, if you got those Georgia tickets, I'll take those too. So he's like,
give those up. No,
nothing.
He's got good seats over there too.
Oh yeah.
Taking his seats.
Well, like I said, unfortunately, I could not make it to the game Saturday. It's my wife's birthday today. She's
happy birthday.
6-0, so
she's 39.
She's not happy with that. So
39, man, that's awesome.
60 years old now, so I'm not too far behind. So, but we're getting older, Jimmy.
I know. I'm like 93.
93, jeez.
Feels like it.
I tell you, I appreciate you coming on the show and Max reaching out to you. I asked Max, said, hey, who can I bring on? And automatically said Jim Logus. And he said, I said, that's a good choice. Bring him on. Come on. So, but welcome to our show tonight. What I want to kind of hit on is, we've had some great players that have went on, done bigger things in life, career-wise. But who are some of the players that you played with in your era that you feel that's had a successful career in their career path?
Oh, wow. I mean, we've had a ton. You just mentioned Max, and he's got a successful career down in Oak Ridge. Phil Holbrook, he works for the government. He moved back to East Tennessee, I want to say maybe about 12, 13, 14 years ago. His kids are huge. One's playing at ETSU, I believe. The other two are still in high school. Brian Wilson, he went on to West Point and then went on to be a ranger. Came back and was an educator. I heard rumor that maybe he's with the police force in Oak Ridge, but he was teaching down in Oak Ridge at Jefferson and Robertsville. Some guys that weren't on the football team. You got like Chris Ramsey, and I mean he's one of the top urologists in Knoxville, excellent surgeon, and there's Joe Wallace. Josh, I know I'm going to leave out a ton, but yeah, we had a really successful class.
Yeah, we've got Charles McCray. He's now after football, after the NFL career, he did some amazing things. I think that he was the CEO of Radiology Group, and of course, I think that he's in the process of making some changes. I think so. Yeah.
And somebody who stayed in the athletic area is Andy Shattuck.
Yes.
He's the athletic director from Virginia.
Yeah,
or Maryland, I'm sorry.
Yeah, according to Jerry, of course, I had Jerry Shattuck, his father, which amazes me still, and I'm going to go ahead and mention it, but all three of Jerry's sons, including Jerry himself, was a captain of the Clinton Dragon teams.
That's something.
And that says something. And Deaver is very successful. Andy. And of course, I don't know what Luke's doing these days. He's a little bit younger than me, but I know that Andy is one of the top programs there in Maryland. It's almost like a Dobbins-Bennett. I mean, if you go to Dobbins-Bennett Field, you think that you're on a college campus.
Yeah.
It's just extraordinary. Their band, they got clean uniforms. They got they come across as that they've got their football program going on.
Yeah.
So
nobody cares about clean uniforms.
No
cares about that.
No, I've got to say it now. Our helmets look really good this year. I think they look really sharp. So.
They do.
But again, like I said, I'm just amazed in this seat that I feel here in the sports talk is to get to hear some of the rich traditional stories that come through on the airs of this sports talk show. Yeah. But that leads me up to wanting to ask you as to what are some of the memories that instills into your mind about our program, the years that you played?
Oh, man. There's quite a few. And, when that young man, Xander, was talking, he was talking about how the team's really gelling and, come together as one unit. When he said that, I remember, I think we were doing both our junior and senior year. We would, you're in the locker room, especially at home games, and the locker rooms are underneath, the student section. And the last thing we do, you're always yelling, you're pumped up and stuff. The last thing we did is get dead quiet, and you had to look at every player in the eye, just to let them know, you're going to give them 110%. You're laying it out on the field every play, and we did. I mean, we played like that, but that was a tradition for Clinton. Win, lose, or draw. If you came into our house and if you won, you're in for a beating while you're winning, but usually you didn't win. And but yeah, that's a tradition of Clinton. We don't die, we never quit, and we're just going to get right back up and smack you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, we had some hard-nosed coaches, and
we had great coaches.
We had, they didn't cut us no slack. When it came to coaching, and I think they set a high standard for us to succeed in life. And and every coach, from Coach Taylor to Coach Owens to Coach Gaylor, Coach Brown, I'm not trying to leave out any coaches because we've had a lot of coaches that have just made a lot of impact on people's personal careers. Yeah. And, I talked to Charles. He said, if it wasn't for Coach Snipeman, he said, I would have never been where I was at in the NFL. And I asked him, I said, did you miss NFL? And he said, absolutely not. That he had actually went through a lot of surgeries. I mean, he paid the price, as every NFL player gets beat, bruised, torn ligaments, torn arms, broke nets. It's a tough career, but Charles paid the price. I would have never imagined him being a pro football player after he left Clinton High School. I knew that he had the size, but his mobility, they really finessed him when he got to the University of Tennessee. And, I commend them for actually making him the player that he was. And
they had a great line coach.
Absolutely. So, and of course, we've had some other players to go on to the ranks of college football, but
no, we had great. You think about it, just on the football team. We had Jimmy Gaylor, Mike Stevens, Dale Schnaubman. Of course, I was a tight end, so I was with him half the time, and then when I was with the linebackers, but Coach Engel, Holbrook, Gibson. You just keep running, and then you always have to remember Jim Mason.
Jim Mason.
That's where everybody's stories really come from. Whether they've been stabbed or they've been tortured when they've had to get their knee braces taped up and that sort of thing. So, but yeah, and the thing about it is they were dedicated. You can tell when you were playing for them.